The government has spent £52 billion on education, yet 1 in 10 schools inspected is failing.
So can you now see?
Alex Dolan, a qualified science teacher with 2 years' experience, went undercover as a supply teacher.
Boys, that is... Boys!
Over 6 months, she worked in 16 state secondary schools in London and Leeds.
No, that is enough! When I got my first job as a science teacher, I was really committed, and for 2 years I loved what I did. Since then I've been a supply teacher, and what I've seen has really worried me. A lot of disruption and not much learning. And yet, the government are constantly telling us that standards in schools are getting better every year. This just doesn't really add up.
In February, a teaching agency sent Alex to do a week's supply work to cover as a science teacher at a large comprehensive school in Leeds. Intake High School Arts College failed its Ofsted inspection a year ago because of its poor performance and faces closure if it doesn't improve.
Morning. I'm Alex. I'm here to do some supply this week.
Right, if you'd just like to sign in, Mrs. McLaughlin will be back down. She'll just check her in with that. Right. If you sign along the yellow line.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm Alex.
Oh, hi, Alex.
I'm here all week.
As a supply teacher, Alex should expect to be given a lesson plan and materials for every class she teaches.
Right, you're going to be in S3.
Right.
Technician, I've typed all the work up for her today. I'll make sure that she comes to her room.
When Alex gets to her class, the cover work hasn't arrived, so she has to start without it.
Morning, Year 10. Do you want to come in?
Her first lesson is with a group of 14 and 15-year-old GCSE science pupils.
Just believe me, like, you've got a hell of a lesson today.
Really?
Yeah.
Year 10, can you just keep it down? Because it's making this job really difficult. We're just waiting for some cover work to come.
20 minutes later, the exam revision work finally arrives. But the class explained there's another, bigger problem.
OK, you've got a module exam, listen, on the 2nd of March, which is really soon. So what we're going to be doing is a practice paper for earth materials that come
You don't have a
through.
clue what earth materials are.
OK, well, I'll hopefully be able to go through some of it.
Believe it, do that. You can't have had that many. I can understand that. That is hard. Well, I'm here all week, so you've got me all week.
So we'll try and get some work
We've
done.
got you all week, and then you'll start something with us, and then as soon as you go, then we'll get another teacher who will start the same thing.
Some pupils are so frustrated they refuse to even attempt the exam revision work.
Boys, can you come back? Don't go wandering out.
Later, Alex talks to one of the boys who left her class.
Listen, boys, you have had a rough situation, I'll give you that. You've had a lot of supply. But you can't go, oh, well, therefore I'm just going to fail my GCSE science.
But we are, that's the point.
But I was quite shocked because one of the pupils told me that they've had 26 supply teachers since September. So I can appreciate that they're not massively motivated.
What we're doing!
In the next class, the lesson is a third of the way through before Alex can even attempt to teach them.
I'm being forced to yell to the point where my throat is hurting.
Oh, hiya. We've got a real chaos going on here.
Right. Can I be quiet, please?
If you want Miss Dolan to stay around and want to teach you, then you're going to have to start being a little bit more positive.
Later, in the staff room, Alex discovers she isn't the only one struggling to control the pupils.
Hi.
Any quieter classes?
A little. I just had a really tricky group.
You were told we're not allowed to shout at these children. Sometimes you have to shout to be heard.
Well, I shouted. It got so wound up because nobody was listening and we were 20 minutes into the lesson.
Intake High was failed by Ofsted inspectors the previous year, who cited bad management, low exam results and pupil behaviour.
Right, Year 8, you've got me. Let's go in quietly.
The school was placed in special measures, which means it's difficult to recruit staff. And they're banned from taking on newly qualified teachers.
Right, can somebody get out the English books, please? You go and ask her what the cover work is for Year 8.
Many classes have to cope with a string of supply teachers. When cover work is set at all, Alex often finds it's unchallenging for the pupils and inadequately planned.
Real work set. Okay. I'm just doing science this week.
Several of the full-time teachers complained of being overworked and stressed. This young teacher, talking to a senior member of staff, has had enough.
This form is just absolutely terrible. I mean, you've got a really bad combination of people and I just don't know what to do anymore. They just sit here, throw things at each other, tell each other to fuck off, tell me that I'm shit, tell me that it's all shit in here, and I'm getting to the point where why the hell do I bother coming into this form?
This teacher told Alex she is thinking of leaving, and according to the woman in charge of organising supply teachers, she isn't the only one.
We've struggled getting people to stay for understandable reasons, but it's really, really bad for the kids, and we feel so sorry for them.
Well, I felt particularly sorry for the GCSE lot.
Yes.
Because they were so demotivated.
When schools are in special measures, they're regularly monitored by inspectors, usually once a term.
Right.
If, after a period of around 2 years, they don't improve, they could be closed down. Teachers tell Alex that being in special measures is very stressful.
It's an abysmal thing. Yeah.
So, do you get more funding and more support?
Not particularly, no. You get a lot more attention, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's really supported.
It feels as though special measures is just making a bad situation even worse at that school. I really got a sense that staff morale was so low that I leave with not a great feeling of hope that they're going to get out of that situation.